Hey, what's going on everybody? Paul Tech here. So lately I've begun to ask this question if I still think the Zmax Pro is worth it. Should I purchase a Zmax Pro in 2017? Now this device was released a little over 12 months ago, and I am a long-term user of the Zmax Pro, so I'm going to share with you my experience and if I still think it's worth it in 2017. Now, when it comes to design and build, I think you're going to be very happy with this device. You got your volume rockers, your texture power button to the right-hand side, and they are positioned very nice. To the left, you get a tray there for your SIM card and micro SD card for expandable storage. Type-C charging on this device, and as we know, that is the way of the future. And something I really do appreciate, a headphone jack, which is up on top of the Zmax Pro. Now to the back, you're going to get a 13 megapixel rear camera, flash, a fingerprint sensor on this affordable device, a backfiring speaker, which I'll be completely honest is not the greatest, and this really nice blue matte finish, which does feel really good in the hand. Now when it comes to the fingerprint sensor, in my experience, this device has a really good fingerprint sensor. It's accurate, it unlocks pretty much every single time. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this display here, because if you like large devices, large displays, you are going to love the Zmax Pro. The device has a 6-inch full HD display, so that's 1080 by 1920, 367 pixels per inch. Viewing angles are good on this device. Color reproduction looks nice. You also got capacitive buttons to the bottom there, and your home button is your notification light, which does pulsate, so beautiful looking display. And you also get a pretty much near stock Android experience with the ZTE Zmax Pro. I mean, you do get some bloatware for Metro PCS, but it's not overwhelming or anything like that. What I'm running here is Nova Launcher, and I really like Nova Launcher because it does give you some good customizable features. So if you get a little tired with the way the stock launcher looks, just throw on Nova Launcher and you should be good there. Now you also got the Google Assistant, which was not available when the device was first launched, but you do have that now. And when it comes to 4G LTE, signal is really good, and even after 90 days you can unlock your Zmax Pro and use it on another GSM carrier. Call quality is good, I have no issues there. We got the video calling feature a couple months ago, so that is a nice added bonus we got there. And when it comes to the messaging application, the keyboard is pretty responsive, touch sensitivity is good. I'll go ahead and show you, I'm running Gboard on my Zmax Pro, and I really like this keyboard here. You get some nice little features to go along with it. So, you know, like I said, sending text messages, receiving the text messages has not been an issue on my Zmax Pro. Now, as a tech reviewer, I go through a lot of different smartphones as my daily driver, but I tend to always come back to the ZTE Zmax Pro. It's just a very reliable device. It's snappy, it's responsive. From Google searches, GPS, jumping to Facebook, Twitter, I don't have any issues there. RAM management appears to be good. This is also rocking the Qualcomm Snapdragon 617, clocked at 1.5 gigahertz, Adreno 405, 2 gigabytes of RAM. And when it comes to the sensors on this device has a lot of the sensors you would probably be looking for in a smartphone. Most importantly, it has the gyroscope, the gyro sensor, which just makes that 360 content, playing games like Pokemon Go, a really good experience. Now when it comes to the one-handed usability, some people might have a problem with this because it's a large device. So I mean, I can pretty much maneuver this device with one hand, but reaching the status bar, I tend to use two hands just to bring down the notification bar and reach all the quick toggles. And speaking of quick toggles, you can see all the ones that are provided there and you can edit those. Let's go ahead and jump into settings here, and I'll just kind of go through a few of the settings that I really like on the Zmax Pro. Under display here, you also got adaptive brightness, which is nice, pulse notification light, navigation key light duration, smart lock. You have the smart lock feature on this device, and you know, a lot of smartphones out there, affordable ones in the price range of the Zmax Pro, don't offer that. The same thing with the fingerprint sensor. Look at all the additional features you get there on the ZTE Zmax Pro. I mean, you can use that fingerprint sensor to open applications, take a photo, answer a call. It's very, very useful. Now let's go ahead and move on from there and talk about navigation key, because this is something I really like, because you can switch the navigation keys around, either you're right-handed or left-handed, so that's really nice to have there. And let's go ahead and talk a little bit about internal storage, because this was a big selling point when this device was released, because you got 32 gigs of internal storage as well as the micro SD card. Now the thing with that SD card, it can be used as internal storage also, so that is great because a lot of devices don't offer that either. And moving on from there, yes, this device is still running 6.0.1 Marshmallow. Will this device get 7.0 Nougat? Probably not, but I'll tell you one thing, I've used other devices that have Nougat that's in the same price category as the Zmax Pro, and the Zmax Pro performs just as good as those devices on Marshmallow. So let's go ahead and talk about gameplay and performance. This device does really good in my opinion. I mean, you get this nice big 6-inch display, so gaming is really good on this device. I mean, I can run pretty much all the games that I like off the Google Play Store on the Zmax Pro, and I don't experience any type of overheating issues or anything like that. And you know, you might get an occasional hiccup and stutter here and there, but I mean, that even happens with more expensive devices as well. So if you're the type of person that uses your smartphone to watch a lot of Netflix videos, YouTube videos, you will absolutely love the ZTE Zmax Pro. I mean, it has that large 6-inch full HD display, so you're going to be watching at resolutions of 1080p at 60 frames per second. Viewing angles look good on this device. I mean, I tend to go towards my Zmax Pro to watch YouTube videos and Netflix over some other devices just because of that nice large display. Now let's talk a little bit about the 13 megapixel rear facing camera, because I know a lot of us like to shoot photos and videos off our smartphones. Now the Zmax Pro has a good camera. I'm not going to say it's the greatest, it's the best out there, but it is a good camera, and you do get some good features, for instance like slow motion, multi-exposure, panorama. You also get these filters to choose from as well. Another good thing about the Zmax Pro is you get manual controls, which I tend to use a lot, because if you take the time to adjust the ISO, the exposure, the white balance, the shutter speed, you can capture some really nice photos off this camera. Now another good feature that I really like on the Zmax Pro is the fact that you can do time-lapse, and the time-lapse actually come out looking pretty decent. I'll actually drop a link in the description of this video to time-lapse videos that I've shot on the Zmax Pro. Now when it comes to recording videos on the Zmax Pro, it actually has a digital image stabilizer, which a lot of other smartphones in this price category does not have, so that, you know, provides less motion blur. You also get 4 times zoom on this device as well, as you can see there. So like I said, it is a good camera. I like it. I've shot a lot of photos and videos, and I'll link in the description of this one some video samples as well. So, you know, when it comes to multitasking, like I mentioned, you know, the device does a good job, but if you are experiencing some slowdown, then you might want to keep the background apps down to a minimum. Try to clear them out as often as you can. Now when it comes to battery life on this device, you're getting a 3400 non-removable battery, and I can pretty much make it through an entire day on the Zmax Pro. I mean, there are times where I do have to top it off a little bit, just depends on my usage, but you are getting some pretty good charging times as well with the Type-C charging. So that's basically it. Do I still recommend the ZTE Zmax Pro in 2017? Absolutely. It's a good device. It's a good option, very affordable. Yeah, I will definitely recommend this until the Zmax Pro 2 is released. When that will be, not too sure, but yeah, that's basically it. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe for more future videos. This is Paul Tech, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye.